Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, so we're nearing the end.
Mm-hmm.
So much is happening in these episodes, man. It's like
they're
impossible to
packing
recap.
absolutely, for sure. I feel like, like, how do you wrap up this show? And it looks like they are leaning into, like, ACN kind of being gone.
Yeah.
Spun off, sold to, I don't remember his name, BJ...
BJ Novak's
BJ
character.
Novak's character.
Yeah.
And
who seems like the worst
the
guy
worst.
ever.
Maybe this just makes me old, but any rich person who describes themselves as a disruptor,
It was one of the best bits in that Veep episode with William Fichtner. I'm addicted to disrupting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
you're just a douche.
Yeah, so you're an attention whore who just wants to make a name for yourself and make money doing it. You're one very small step above, like, prank tubers. You know what I mean?
Rich person with too much time on their hands.
Yeah,
looking
absolutely.
for some purpose.
Yeah.
And then so Clay Duvall also in that episode. Yeah. She's the leak. Right. Who seems like she worked for the government or works for the government. For sure.
Oh, no, she does. I mean, it's a government leak.
And, they described her, the FBI described her as a bad person, a very bad guy. And
well, I mean, she's guilty of espionage.
Sure.
She is, technically.
I was expecting, like an actual murderer or something. You know what I mean?
It's in the Snowden realm is where she lives. No, she's just a leaker. So if you're the person whose information is getting leaked with the federal government, you're absolutely going to characterize her as a bad person.
And I like that. I like the genre shift a little bit. It does have like that conspiracy theory element to it, which I'm a sucker for those kind of movies. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering where we go with that. And it also, by the way, Will was awesome last week. Yeah. I love it when he's in lawyer mode. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But he's going to be deposed here very soon. Probably this episode, I would imagine.
Yeah. At some point he's going to be asked, and he's not going to give up the person. And then it's like, well, then what do you do next?
Yeah.
How much is the government going to escalate it? He's said that you're not going to do anything to me because I'm a really famous newsman. You're not going to lock up a very famous news person. Oh, sweet summer child. We will lock up anybody now that doesn't say the right thing.
I know.
But that is obviously something to see moving forward.
Do you think that they do? I mean,
I would not be surprised if Will ends up in jail at least for an episode. You know what I mean? Like, just like lock him up to see if he's going to talk.
Yeah.
I don't think even in that circumstance he would. And then it's probably like, okay, this didn't work. You know what I mean?
He's probably counting on it. He's like, lock me up.
Right, yeah. I mean, really, yeah.
But I do think they will, just because the show's gone out of its way to be like, you're not going to do this. And it's like, oh, you are. Yeah. So yeah. I do think that he probably will be held. Yeah. I don't know for how long. Probably not that long.
I wouldn't think that would be a major part of the show. I mean, maybe, but it'd be weird for him to just be gone for any amount of time. Like I said, I think it's possible and even likely that he does get locked up as all the escalation keeps happening. Sure. Everyone's playing chicken right now.
That's what it is. Big game of chicken.
It is. And I don't think it's I think this is it's Aaron Sorkin. It's going to be optimistic enough to where it's like the government's going to be like, okay. It's kind of like on the West Wing when they were going to do this they were going to depose everyone about Toby. Yeah. To see who the leaker was. Yeah. And they were going to do it, and it was going to disrupt the election. Yeah. And Toby's just like, I don't think you're going to do that because you don't get to decide who's president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And cooler heads prevailed there. Mm-hmm. And I think in the Sorkin world, that's kind of what he's going to write about too, right? Sure. Cooler heads prevailing at some point.
Yeah. This does feel like a really cool expansion on that idea that he was exploring the West Wing. I guess he wasn't there when they did it in the West Wing.
No, he wasn't. That's
true.
All right. That's a really good point.
I just realized that. I was like, wow. Okay.
Thank you. That wasn't actually Sorkin. All right. We'll get started here. Do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers. Everyone's probably like hammering away like, he wasn't Sorkin. So
we got there.
I'm glad.
It took us 30 seconds.
Thank you. I'm glad you got there. Do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. Thanks, guys. A special shout out to our super patrons, NJ, MTC93, Actuarial Lurker, Anna, Ballas Fuldez, CY, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudagun Varapu, JB Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Trey Contreras, Human Mac, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squick, Sweet Baby Silvernail, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, Everett Nation, Doc Cooley, Taylor, and Andy Schreiber. Thanks a lot, guys. Really glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date and the new content we've coming your way.
Description below, link to our Patreon page for full-length watch-alongs. On most stuff on our Patreon, you will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. I would love Thomas Sadowski to be a major star.
I know.
I'd like to see. Maybe he's working right now. Then I don't know what it's on, whatever streamer or whatever, but
he's so entertaining, man.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in some other roles besides John Wick 1 and 2.
I know.
Okay, yep, hold him in contempt.
Turns into Oz.
Teardrop tattoo at the end.
Monday morning, he'll appear before a grand jury. He'll be asked to name his source, and he'll say...
No problem.
He'll refuse. Thursday morning, we appear before the same judge, and then...
Everybody goes home.
Because you're too big to jail.
That's right.
You've just been served by a kid in a rented tuxedo.
And the reason the kid was wearing a tuxedo was because they don't want to make any noise.
Or maybe they sent out a press release.
Will McAvoy, hypocrite in a monkey suit.
Posted on Carnivore? Also, what the hell is Carnivore? It's a new website that just got its first scoop.
Oh no, did his girlfriend do it?
Totally.
Read the Tina McCunder story, which has to be on the air by Wednesday night.
That's unfortunate. Why does it have to be on the air by Wednesday?
Because it does.
We have to service Pruitt. I've had a minute with him, and so far it's going badly.
Why do they have names like that? Carnivore? Vulture?
We were thinking about calling it a night.
It's early.
He's gonna go fight with her, isn't he?
Yeah, totally.
She has a friend who's dating a woman who just started writing for a website called Carnivore. Maggie's friend thinks that websites like this are toxic.
Dude.
I mean, I agree.
He likes the girl. So my question is, would he date a drug dealer? Wait.
Yeah.
She works for
Of
Carnivore.
course she works for Carnivore.
Pick you up at the hotel.
Cool.
I would ask her, like, where's your part in this?
Drug dealer.
He said that. I didn't say that.
You're talking about this with Maggie. Your disapproval of me came up at work.
The page view incentives in your
They're
contract.
bonuses, you judgmental prick.
How did Carnivore get that story about Will?
Did you see my byline on it?
No.
No.
Wait, that story was waiting and ready to go, and I'm the one who leaked it.
It wasn't gonna be a secret.
You had nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
I told him what to look for.
Okay. You guys need to break up.
It's horrible that I got it from you, but...
New HR guy at AWM, Wyatt Earp.
Not his name.
Wyatt, Gary, you say.
Don and Sloan are just colleagues.
Yeah, what are you doing standing next to me?
I really don't know.
I love this subplot.
Yeah. And you need to break up with her right now, man. You can't.
I think so.
She obviously can't be trusted.
I get it.
Do you?
Obviously, this is a conflict.
Yeah.
Books are like the new art.
I have no idea what you mean.
We don't need them anymore, but they look nice.
We don't need books.
I'll send you a Kindle, Grandpa Joe.
I hate this guy.
If you say you're not going to come to a party, you can't show up to the party.
Why did you want to meet him at the party? Are you fucking kidding me?
Take it easy.
It was an exercise of power. Second place does nothing for me.
Good, because as of last week, we're in fourth.
What if I told you you could be the #1 news network and change the world at the same time?
Change it into what?
You glanced around a couple of times.
Nothing, I'm here.
Is that accent real?
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
We'll make our audience reporters in the field through Instagram and Vine, Snapchat, and blogs. You still with me?
You believe the best reporting is done by anyone with a phone and the time it takes to write epic fail.
Yeah.
The air up on that pedestal must be pretty thin.
We've got a problem now, you and me.
Yeah, Charlie's not going to put up with that.
No. I mean, what he did say was pure garbage.
Yeah. He started the conversation with, I don't believe in books.
Right.
They're irrelevant.
And ended with, everyone with the phone is a reporter.
Will you tell us the name of your source?
No, sir.
Would you tell the grand jury the name of the person you know to have stolen classified government documents?
No, sir, I won't.
I will return with a court order compelling the witness to answer that question.
I love his composure. I really
do.
do.
I mean, it's a foregone conclusion what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Don't look at any of these papers. Don't look down and don't ask anyone what they're doing.
Got it. I just wanted to ask you in person why you haven't accepted my friend request on Instagram.
Toss me my phone. Martin, can you read this over?
Take stuff off his Instagram.
Awesome.
It's from Don, and it says take to Sloan, and then it says Sabbath.
It's his Instagram password.
Don could have just deleted it right there.
There has to be another buyer for this network in the next
Few hours. Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Antoinette Dodd, Michael.
You don't want Elon Musk to buy it.
No.
Can't just write down names of rich people.
I didn't just write down. Those are all people who'd be interested in media buys.
So help me, Hannah. I read in page 6 like 2 weeks ago that Tony Dodd was looking to buy a media group.
You think Tony Dodd wants to buy a news network?
Page 6 wouldn't say it unless it was true. You'll fight with Pruitt, and you'll win.
I don't want to fight with anybody, Sloan. I'm tired. We'll be right back at the beginning, only worse.
That's true.
Tell me we'll be able to run the story by Wednesday night.
We've got the motive, but we don't have the ringleader. The writer of the story, we think he's still on the ground.
They're trying to slow down the story.
And then my guy said, no, the writer is not out.
Do you believe him?
When our story comes out that this guy worked with the U.S., they're going to slit the throats of his children right in front of him and then drag him down Main Street, so...
Work with State, get the guy and his family out today.
Please tell me these guys have already broken up. Oh my God.
A piece.
Not allowed to tell me?
I don't want to fight right now.
I don't either.
He doesn't have great judgment, does he?
No.
Sometimes you say that and then you ambush me.
This is such a terrible relationship.
My editor wants me to write more personally.
What are you writing about?
I pitched a few, but the only one they liked was my experience with the Plan B pill.
Cool.
What's wrong with writing in the first person? What's wrong with sex? And what's wrong with my new job?
It's a role I'm grateful to have, and I want to do it well.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
No problem.
But
these two just seem miserable together all the time.
Does your piece begin, Dear Penthouse? I've never written a letter like this before.
This guy.
You know
they
how
cast
this
him
gonna
well.
end, right?
yeah.
Mr. Lazenthal, how can a man with your resume possibly let this happen?
Mr. McAvoy is aware of the identity of someone who has committed in excess of 27,000 counts of theft of government property.
Why is he not protected by the First Amendment?
Because the court in Brandsburg denied the press First Amendment protection in a criminal case. In this case, a journalist participated in the crime.
Mr. McAvoy, is there anything you'd like to say?
I haven't heard a request from the prosecutor.
I want counsel to take care of this. Mr. McAvoy does not strike me as someone who is likely to cave. It was foolish of you, Mr. Lazenthal. The DOJ should not have let it go this far. The government's request is granted. You're directed to appear before the grand jury 10 a.m. tomorrow.
I like that the judge is like, this is really getting out of hand, right?
Yeah, this is dumb.
If he believes no one should ever leak because it poses a critical threat, then why is he broadcasting the story?
This leak he believes is a good leak. What he's very reasonably worried about is the bad leak, so he'd prefer there are no leaks. The youngest of his 3 kids doesn't have a passport. And you have to tell me why. We have to air the story tomorrow night and not a week from tomorrow night. Once we run the story, we've shot the hostage. Will has no more leverage.
If we don't run the story, why don't we all just go home?
Can you talk about valuation? You look at our books and see it's in the sweet spot, and the deal will be a credit to your earnings.
It would pay for itself.
Much better option.
I didn't understand half or really any of what you were saying, but
She's meeting with her board on Thursday, and she thinks we'll have an answer we'll like.
she didn't eat her food. Plainly doesn't like sushi. I said a meeting in a restaurant where they only serve sushi.
She may be overthinking that.
It'd be wild if the show ends with this, the network shut down, the news network shut down.
I mean, it's the last season. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, anything can happen. No plot armor, even for the network. Just sitting out in the rain? Or am I reading that wrong?
Definitely sitting out in the rain.
Okay.
We need more time. I told you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, or I just have to upload the document.
The writer of the story is still on the ground because one of his kids doesn't have a passport yet. You reached out to us, not the other way around.
You've been talking to the government.
Please lift the deadline.
I reached out to Neil, not to you.
Well, Neil's in Venezuela, Lily. Why aren't you? Why haven't you said this has gone too far? Let's switch places.
You really think the price for telling the truth should be that high?
Well, it is for the journalists.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I reached out to Neil, so I can't promise anything.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I trust you less than I trust them. Dump the documents, and I'll quit my job, walk to the FBI, and give them your name.
That was fair.
You won't comply with the court order.
No, sir.
Why are hot women in movies always great at pool?
That's
true. Really true, yeah.
Hallie posted a column. You ready? Old media guy and new media girl, an analog romance. In her defense, she doesn't use his name.
What'd she call him?
Tim.
Oh my God.
She's reporting on a fight she's having with her boyfriend. She's working a tough beat.
Thank you,
Yeah,
yes.
dude.
How would you have written it instead?
I am not making my private life and the private lives of others available for entertainment, so I can get comments like, "You stay strong, Hallie."
This guy rocks.
I love this guy, yeah.
Did she ask Jim's permission before deputizing him into a
Why are you so quick to defend Jim?
You're into Jim and you don't want to be a jealous cliche, so you defend Hallie for show.
Yes.
Boom.
And that's a classy thing to do, but at some point we're going to have to discuss how that makes me feel.
Ooh.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Still got my security key.
Was that what she was always working on with him sitting there? Her personal take?
I told you my editor wanted me to write more personally.
There are classified documents in this room. You can't be in here.
It was an invasion of privacy. I'm really sorry for that. I was mad.
I don't care about the invasion of privacy. I wish I did.
You don't like me very much.
And I wish I didn't like you so much. Took 5 fucking days, Hallie, for you to give yourself your own reality show.
Yeah.
Damn.
Writing about the media, writing about the New York elite.
Jealous of the New York elites? I've got you covered. A movie star was at an environmental fundraiser and they rode on a private jet? Here's your phony outrage. I'm Hallie Shea, senior fuck you correspondent, and I've decided to become a star.
I'm gonna stay at my place tonight. I think you're threatened by technology.
I beam a signal into outer space every night. I'm not scared of your Samsung Galaxy.
I want to be part of the digital revolution. I want to be part of the...
Oh my God, I am not talking about the apparatus.
I'm Team Jim here.
I am so Team Jim.
Tell me, please, that you know all you did was have a fight with your boyfriend and litigate it in public. I have spent time with hardcore drug movers, and they don't pretend they're selling medicine.
Harsh but fair.
Yeah. Oh, I think he has the right to be harsh at this point.
Yeah. I think the self-aggrandizing of, I'm new media.
You're gonna miss a lot of things, Jim.
1:30.
I think that's your phone. Is it Rebecca?
No court tomorrow. The hearing's been moved to Friday. Cederman wants Lazenthal and Rebecca to work on a deal.
He's out.
Show me a rough sketch to time by 3 o'clock.
Reese wants to see you in his office.
Now? Joseph Bartow and the Joseph Bartow Family Singers are out. So we're running the story tonight.
You can't. I'm sorry. You can't run it at all. Pruitt, he signs a deal at the end of the day, and he won't if we run the story.
They need to hurry up on the other deal.
Yeah.
I'm certain
What's
they
the
won't
problem, Reese?
The fines. The story was gathered illegally. The Justice Department can and probably will impose crippling criminal fines.
This is horseshit.
I know. Selling the company's the only way you get to live the fight another day.
Do we ever get to win one?
The fight with the grand jury isn't over. They still want his source.
I know.
You ever think he might be doing this for you?
I've got his ring on my finger. He's not doing this to win my approval.
Then it would be the first thing I've seen him do that wasn't.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's a good line. Go have that conversation now.
By the way, I'm so glad that we know that Reese is like on the level now.
Yeah.
We know he's one of us.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
doesn't feel great about that. He's like, I know this sucks, but that's what it is.
Don't say anything. Have Rebecca go to Lazenthal and say we're willing to kill this story in exchange for everybody's off the hook.
Let's pack the documents up in cartons and label everything.
The woman's just going to leak everything anyway then.
Yeah.
Maybe someone who could use a break.
There is an old teacher of mine from Columbia. She mostly gets garbage assignments now because she's in her 70s.
Write her name down.
I just heard. Sorry, Bubba.
Good afternoon.
This isn't the best time.
You two are a couple. You are. I have a signed letter declaring that you are.
Somebody ratted us out?
Yes, you did. Sloan wrote a letter to HR declaring the two of you a couple.
We spent the last 2 weeks trying to conceal from this man that we're dating, and the whole time you knew you'd send him a letter saying we were dating.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously I was hoping he'd never find out.
Well, you knew he was going to read the letter eventually.
Oh my God, Sloan.
It's just occurred to me that your company is only going to own my network until the end of the day, so what the hell has this all been about?
Fun.
What?
Oh my God.
Good luck to the two of you. Put those Instagram photos back.
The board's still meeting.
Pruitt just walked into the building.
Exciting announcement about major media acquisition coming at 5 p.m. Go. Tell Reese. Antoinette Dodd's going to buy ACN.
Are you kidding?
This can't be happening.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Options on Halifax just started trading up. She's buying Halifax.
Oh no.
She met with us. She wanted them to think that she
We
was
will
in it.
leverage.
Well, that's the end of it.
Dude, I told you in college that one day I was going to buy a company out from under you.
Tony Dodd just got out of her board meeting and she's going to make a competitive offer. So fuck you.
She wanted people to think she was looking at ACN. That's why she had you guys eat at that sushi place. She knew there was a Halifax board member there. You're going to love me, Charlie.
No, I'm not. We're sworn enemies now, he and I.
He can still hear you.
Did you see Charlie?
He was cleaning his 12 gauge with Maker's Mark and muttering, "Kill the wabbit."
Internal baptism for you, which would be heartbreaking enough, except I think maybe it's a little for me.
You want me to give up the source?
I just want you to say you're scared.
The source came to Neil, and then I asked Neil for his name.
His name. The source is a woman. I've spoken to her in person twice. I know just as much about her as you do.
You can't ever repeat what you just said.
Yeah, no kidding, or she'd be in jail too.
Yeah.
Mr. McAvoy's cause exists because he is protected by a reporter's privilege to withhold information.
Because he's a journalist.
Yep.
When they do their jobs recklessly, the public has a right to know.
And how does someone who isn't an experienced professional presume to know when one of our agents is doing their job well? This person is still inside the government. Law enforcement doesn't know the identity. Mr. McAvoy does.
The first time the Supreme Court ever supported a claim of protection under the First Amendment wasn't until 1919. The legislation that sparked the dissent? The Espionage Act. My heart is with the prosecutor. I'm sorry, Rebecca, it just is. But I can't give you the name of my source. There are no number of prison days after which I will reveal my source's identity.
Well, I hate to say this, but we're just going to have to find out. Surrender yourself to the U.S. Marshals in this building on this day at 5 p.m.
I don't think you should wait for me. I think you should forget about me and move on. But you wanted to be a June bride.
I don't anymore. I want to get married now.
Are you serious?
I'm more than serious.
You're in a courthouse.
Yeah, might as well.
I'm marrying Will today at 3:30 p.m. at City Hall if you guys want to come. Charlie, Don, Gary, Jim, Martin, we're putting on a wedding. This is men's work.
We're having a Shakespearean comedy wedding here right before Will goes to jail.
Really, yeah.
This is a very cutesy moment for this show, isn't it?
It is. Let's grab a Juilliard student real quick.
Yeah.
The Catholic service would mean a lot to her.
I can do that. Catholic service has to be performed in a Catholic church.
Like it's a union thing.
Fine.
Thank you.
You want to pray with me?
Oh, we got them all. Okay, cool.
We got a lot of them.
Is that like a, hey, who wants to make $100 kind of thing?
Charlie's rich.
Yeah.
You have to make a grand apology to her. Really grand.
I know.
Yeah, I would not want to apologize to Hallie.
No.
At all. Not in the slightest.
I mean, he was harsh in what he said, but he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, she's always harsh. I'd be fine.
Not repay anyone. Evil for evil.
The idea of bringing 4 guys in to arrest Will.
Right.
The word of the Lord. You take this woman to be locked over the fire.
At some point, you just stop. I mean, that's all it's got to be is the government just has to stop, you know? Especially after she publicly dumps all the documents.
Yeah.
Or the AP publishes the story.
This is oddly kind of nice.
Yeah. Let's face it, it's kind of a baller way to end your wedding.
It really is, isn't it?
I'm going to go get locked up to stand on principle. Peace.
I feel like I'm in the mafia.
Oh my God.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Very active camera this episode too. You notice how it was just kind of crazy?
I don't recall noticing them using a drone before this episode on the balcony scene with Jim.
I'm not even it could be a drone. Most likely it is.
It felt like
I was like, is this a really big dolly or something? You know what I mean? Which you can obviously do.
Sure, of course,
with a drone. But I was like, that was really good.
Yeah, it was
very old school filmmaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think Will spends much time in jail. I think even them doing it is absurd. If it's to compel him to give up his source, he's not going to do it. You know?
No, he even said that. He's like, I'm not going to say anything.
It's a game of chicken that he's not going to flinch. So what is your point then?
Just say they can't. It's a show force.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's stupid.
It just it makes me think back to that episode again with Toby, being compelled to give up his source of where he got the information. He was like, you can go ahead and throw the election and lock me up and keep me locked up forever and never let me see my kids, and I'm still not going to tell you. Yeah. So there's no point to you doing this. Nothing is going to make me talk.
Yeah.
And I think, God, at some point you figure that out. And you're like, so are we just being vindictive at this point? He's not going to say anything.
It feel that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, this is the consequences. It's like, all right, well, who cares, man?
At some point, he says this is not supposed to be punitive. It's supposed to compel me to give up the source. But at some point, it is. If he's not going to give up the source, then it becomes punitive, you know?
Totally.
I'm not going to tell you.
So it looks like AP is going to run the story, obviously.
Which is nice. That's a really nice moment. I'm glad they did that. I mean, it obviously sucks for the people who did all the work, who took all the risk. One's hiding, one's in jail. It sucks for everybody else.
Except people working at AP, they get that hand delivered. Sick.
Absolutely. They get gift wrapped an amazing story with none of the risk, right?
Totally.
With none of the consequence of it. Mm-hmm. They just get to win their Pulitzer.
But I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. This is the best day ever.
Seriously. It sucks all the way around, but that is a nice silver lining. At least the story's going to get out. And again, to that point, the story's going to be out. Mm-hmm. And if the story's not out in time, it's going to get, all the information is going to get dumped and leaked anyway.
Yeah.
There is no doomsday device here. It's done.
Yeah.
So at some point, it does become, you're trying to catch the leaker, but dude, you're not going to win this particular fight in this particular way. So what are you doing other than looking bad, locking up a journalist?
How important is it to you, once the story's already out? You know what I mean? It's like, the story's out. You still want to catch the person that leaked the story, but at the same time, it's like, it's out there, man.
The goon prosecutor from the DOJ made the point that's like, this person still works for the government, so they can keep doing it. They can do it again. They have no problem leaking classified information if they think it's important to leak it. So I understand the urgency to catch the person, but if this isn't going to work, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And
I said, who cares? I didn't mean who cares that people are leaking things.
No,
I mean
right.
About Will.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree. If Will's not going to give up the source, then this is just something to say that you're doing, and it makes you look bad doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a tough beat.
It's a really tough beat.
But so we have 2 episodes left. My guess is this next episode, just structurally, Will's going to be in jail.
Yeah,
and then by the end of the episode, he'll probably be out. I would assume.
Right.
I would assume. You know what I mean? Because there's no way the show's going to end with him just behind bars.
No, he's getting out.
That'd be insane. That'd be an insane way to end the show.
The things we know: 1, he's going to get out. 2, he's not going to give up the source. So either the government just kind of quietly backs off and releases him at 2 a.m, kind of situation.
Don't do it again.
Just go out when there's no media out front, or the source is going to get caught a different way, right? Like that
that's what I'm saying. Like, are we done with her?
If that happens, if she does get caught, if she turns herself in,
and lets Neil and Will off the hook,
it completely lets them off the hook.
Because we got to see Neil again. I would assume we're going to see Neil before the show's over.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I guess if they wanted to be really hard cases about it, they can still prosecute Neil for helping the transfer of information. He really screwed up there, but I think all they want, I agree, all they really want is the leaker.
Yeah.
So once that's done, it probably all just kind of goes away. So she may turn herself in or get caught, but that may be a way that this ends too,
I would be, I can actually, because it's Clea Duvall.
Yeah.
Maybe she turns herself in because it's a big part then.
Yeah,
if you get her, it's a larger part than just showing up for 2 or 3 scenes.
She's absolutely a big name actor and was at the time this was shot. So yeah absolutely. I guess we shall see.
I do like the judge in this too, being like, "Is this necessary?"
Yeah, like, all right, well, here we go.
Yeah.
He I don't like it. He didn't like having to do it.
No,
but
sure,
but he had to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you.
See ya.